It was a great game, exciting game. Thought we played a really good fourth quarter. A lot of contributions off the bench. Naz and Paopao did a great job again. And, this time, we were able to close things out in the fourth.
Coach, I want to ask you. This happened again in the Chicago game. Nas forced this like shot clock violation on Angel Reese out on the other end, and it shifted the energy again immediately. Can you talk about what you saw?
Well, I think Naz shifts the energy a lot of times. She hit big threes for us, and then, she competes on the defensive end. And, I thought, Angel played great. She was relentless on the boards. Uh, so to go in there and battle with her, it's a big challenge. But I thought Naz did a great job.
Coach Te-Hina had a lot of confidence today, hitting five threes. Just what have you seen from her over these last 12 or so games?
Well, she's aggressively seeking her shot. She's trying to get open. She wants to. That's part of it. Is any opportunity somebody turns their back for a second, there's a long rebound, and they're no longer attached to you. She's going to go find an opening where she can get the ball, call for it, and she's ready to knock it down. She's got a very quick release. So if you just give her a couple feet, she can get that thing off. And, uh, usually with a couple feet, it doesn't bother her at all. A little hand in her face, she's ready. So she's been playing great. She's been getting some more minutes and making the most of them.
Hey, Coach, Ernest Ricks, MTV Sports. Are you encouraging Paopao to continue to aggressively seek her shot, like you said?
Yeah, I mean, she's an amazing shooter. Like, you're out there, we're running some things for her to get shots, although those plays weren't run particularly well. But I mean, we want to get her opportunities to get to her shot. And then if you're paying a lot of attention to her and you're afraid to help off her, then, we got our bigs down low, or Leisha Rye have more space to work. So, having that extra shooter out there has really been helpful on the offensive end in particular.
Coach, balance seems like this is a good thing for this team. You got 5 players in double figures today. Is the offense working correctly when you have that type of balance between everybody, when you can get 5 different players in double figures?
Well, I like having a lot of different options and different things we can go to at different times depending on matchups. So that's part of the offense. But in truth, sometimes the offense will be working great when somebody has 35 and not many other people are scoring. It's, where is our best opportunity? And sometimes it might be the same person over and over because they got the best matchup and the best advantage over who's guarding them. But here I like that we shared the ball. Different people got involved. Everybody got to touch it, and I give Chicago a lot of credit back to back to play that hard today. And uh, we shot the ball exceptionally well, and the game went down to the final couple minutes. I mean, I give them a lot of credit for their performance today, and Coach Marsh is uh, doing a really good job getting them ready for a game in one day to play like that.
Coach, you mentioned Chicago playing hard, and I wanted to ask you about their physicality. When you have the officiating kind of tight and they're calling a lot, just how do your players adjusted to the physicality and how they were able to overcome the bigs and all that?
Well, I think both teams in the third quarter, both teams were playing really physical, but just became a parade at the foul line both ways. I don't know how many foul shots they must have made, 12 or 14 free throws in the third quarter. It was just foul after foul, and uh, and plus, I don't remember them missing more than like one or two. Like, I don't know what it was, but they were making all these free throws, so it was 2 points every time we put them on the line. Now they were aggressive, they were attacking. We just have to make sure that we can guard without putting them at the foul line, and that kind of made the third quarter kind of a tough thing to try and get any momentum because everything was like 30 seconds more foul shots.
And yeah, they were 14 of 15 from the free throw line in the third quarter, just say that. Elizabeth Williams, Ariel Atkins really had big first halves for this guy. Was there any adjustments, particularly around them coming out at halftime?
Well, we threw some different people at Atkins because she obviously had a really good rhythm, not just making shots, but she was living at the foul line too. So, we try to keep somebody fresh on her all the time, but she was doing a great job using ball screens. She was getting to her mid range. And then if she had a little bit of an edge, she was going in there with the intent of at least getting to the foul line. And she did a great job, and she was tough to guard today. And, uh, they kept going back to her, and I can't blame her. Blame Coach Marsh for that because she was having such a great game. And then, Williams was hitting some tough shots. I mean, she was playing really, really well. Sometimes we had really good defense on her, and her offense was just a little bit better.
Hey, so Coach, I just add this. Going into this week, 10-4, you got your double-digit wins. How are you feeling about that as a first-year coach? And you get 10 wins this early in the season.
Yeah, it's hard to even think about because you got one day and then it's another game. So, and then, we got some good teams coming here right after that, and then a 6-game road trip. You can't really take a break to kind of appreciate what's been accomplished so far. You just got to keep moving forward and try to get everybody on the same page and slowly make improvements. And hopefully your team is staying focused and ready to give the next great effort. The thing I'm proud of the team is even in games we lost, we've competed every game. We haven't taken a game off yet. They haven't all gone our way, but all of them at least been a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. We've showed up to compete, and I think if you do that every game, you're bound to get better. And hopefully we can continue with that. It's not easy.
Let me ask this then. So from first game to 14, what have you seen the biggest difference in?
Well, I think the players are definitely more comfortable offensively, even though we were scoring a lot early. I think we were scoring, but they weren't really sure, if this was really going to work. And then I think now they look a lot more comfortable just playing without plays all the time and just, using each other's strengths to create opportunities. I think as, time goes on, that'll get even a little bit better. Defensively, we're still a little bit inconsistent. There have been some games where I would say that our defense is as good as anybody, but that one on that side of the ball, it's been a little hit and miss. So if you want to be one of the best teams in the league, that has to be a more consistent side of the ball for us.
I told her to take it off, and she said, "I want to be like you, pal." Come on, Naz. Jeez, come on, Naz. Sit right next to me. Sit right next to me. She hating y'all.
Well, since you guys are doing so well together, Naz, I wanted to ask you about what makes Pal so special.
Oh my.
Yes. Ask her that. Look.
She's okay. I don't know how she made it this far. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think that Pal just brings a level of focus and intensity and just excitement to the game. She comes in off the bench and just is always ready. She brings energy. She gets the ball up the floor quickly. And of course, you guys saw her 3-point shooting tonight. And that's a spark for us. I think that she's done great with that all year long. And she just continues to get better every single night.
Oh, if I may, just a quick follow-up. There was a moment out there where you were hyping up the crowd after you made these big shots, but what's going through your mind when all that's happening?
First of all, I apologize to Rye. She missed the free throw after that, and I was like, dang, my bad, twin. But this just goes to show how, they love the dream and the support and the love from the fans. It's an amazing feeling to have for sure.
Let me ask you this, follow up with that. They talk about your teammate next to you a lot about her leadership. What are your thoughts about Naz's leadership, and what leadership has she given you throughout this season?
Literally, like, no, but for real, Naz is such a great leader. Like, when she talks, you listen sometimes. I'm just like, no, but she's just very vocal leader. She leads by example. And she comes in every day with the mindset of getting better and what she can do to help this team succeed. And it's something that I look,
Go ahead.
it's something that inspires me to be a better leader. And she's just someone that I love to play with and someone that I listen to because she obviously knows what she's talking about.
You all both had a great moment, back-to-back threes, and then you all meet and kind of jump and bump into each other. Can you talk to me about that moment at that point in the game? It was very pivotal in the outcome.
I mean, like I said before I came in, she wanted to be like me. So, um, no, but she's done a great job just shooting three and being confident. And we know that she's going to knock it down. And for her to do that is just something that we enjoy and something that she's going to keep building on. And the confidence that she's playing with, it's just going to go up from here.
How coach talked about how aggressive you are with seeking your shot. When you came into the WNBA, was that sort of your mentality to try and be as aggressive with that?
The mentality was to make the team. But then from that point on, it was just doing what my job is to do, and that's to make shots and be able to gain trust from my teammates that I'm gonna be able to make the shots that they pass to me. So I'm gonna keep building on that and just keep building that trust with the team.
And then what's your favorite 3-point celebration?
Oh my gosh. I'm still trying to find my celebration because I'd be scared I might get scored on defense. So I try to get back on defense as fast as I can.
For both of you, I guess what worked for you all in the fourth quarter in this game? I know the past two games, the fourth quarter's kind of been shaky, but what kind of helped you guys get past this fourth quarter and kind of get the win?
I think first on the defensive end, really getting some stops. They had a couple of players who were really hot, and I think we were able to slow them down in the fourth quarter. We also didn't give up as many free throws. I know we gave up a lot of free throws in that third quarter, which kept them in the game. And then we also just pushed the pace. We found open shooters, and they knocked them down. But I think the key part of that was finding the open shooters. I think sometimes in the fourth quarter, we weren't pushing the pace, so we weren't able to find that open man, especially in transition. And I think we did a great job of doing that today.
No, as before the game, you talked about the second unit. I think you called yourself the bench mob. Is there that kind of mentality every single game? Like, hey, it might be you one game, might be Paopao one game, might be Nia one game.
Yeah, that is the mentality. Like I spoke about, our starting five is just so great, and we want to be able to give them a boost or pick up, or if they're lacking anything, we want to make sure that we're first watching it from the bench and then being able to clean those things up. We want to be able to give our starting five a rest. It's a long season, and if they have to play 40 minutes every night, that's just hard on their body. Like you guys know, we played Friday, Sunday. We're playing again on Tuesday, and that's just rough. And when we can come in and give them a spark, give them a couple of minutes, but not just to give them a rest, but to actually do something, grow the league, get a couple of stops. I think it's just going to make our team better, and it talks to our depth as well.
Te-Hina, that's now 3 out of the last 4 games where you scored 16 points. How excited are you that you're finding your shot?
First of all, I can't get past 16. I think I'm just gonna reach 16 from now on. But no, I mean, it feels great. I just got to keep shooting the ball and keep trying to make shots and just do, like I said, earn the trust of my teammates that I'll knock it down for them. And I just got to take one practice, one game at a time.
It's this team, the balance of 5 players in double figures today. Is it when you see the offense moving like this and players able to make the shots? I mean, 49% from the three. What are your thoughts about how this offense is working and being able to get those shots to fall?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, and we know this when the other team has 5 threats on the floor. Sometimes depending on who you're playing or what team. And I know for me, for the past 3 years, you can sag off, and now it takes away from the inside, or whatever the case may be. Being able to make sure that each person is taking their defender and making them guard just one-on-one instead of 2 people on the post or 2 people on Rye or Leash. So it's just nice having those threats and being able to space out the floor, because on any given night, anybody can give you the double-digit scoring. And I think that just, like I said, goes to our depth, but also just makes things harder on the other team. And it also gives, a little bit of a release to, for the past couple of years, Rye maybe felt like she had to carry so much of that scoring, and now it's Leash or it's Powell or it's whoever it may be. But I just think it helps when you're more well-rounded and you can have multiple players scoring in double digits every single night.
My question is for Naz. I actually asked Coach about this, but Chicago obviously plays with a physicality, and notice you are also bodying in the paint as well. Just how do you adjust when you notice like the officials are calling those fouls kind of tight, and just how do you adjust your game and able to still kind of body in the paint there?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, just adjusting. I think that usually you try to find out what they're going to be calling it like in the first 2 minutes, and then you go from there. You just have to make sure that you can be physical earlier in terms of maybe not giving them the opportunity to catch the ball because you're physical away from the ball. And then once they get it, hands up, go to the verticality. It's going to make a big difference. And like I talked about from the third and the fourth, I think we were super aggressive in the third, gave them so many free throws. And then in the fourth, we said, okay, how about we not let them catch the ball? And then once they do, straight up verticality, if they make the tough shot, they make the tough shot, and we'll live with it.
Thank you.